Hi, Paul Hefty here. What I want to talk about now is what we call our Compass play action pass system, where we do a pocket play action passes, we'll do classic wing tee, waggles, and boots, and then last some screen pass options. We'll talk about the process, how we teach it, and then I'll give you some examples of how we do those different type of play action passes with it. So it's really simple actually. It's something I got years ago in the 90s when Lou Holtz was at Notre Dame winning national championships. They used it in their audible system where they used north, south, east, west for cues in their audibles. So we took that and we just used them as prefixes to the play calls to go ahead and give different cues to our linemen when we get into our play action pass game, and also then you'll see the signals for the receivers. So we'll start off with north. If you think of your face as the compass, okay, any hand signal at the top of the head is going to be a north cue call that the quarterback will give. That tells the lineman that it is play action pass and they must stay on the line of scrimmage, and it's also the launching point for the quarterback is in the pocket with all of those. When we go to east, now those are our bootlegs, which is classic wing tee. We're going to use our same pin and pull sweep blocking, but now it becomes play action pass. So with east, we're always going to run that to out of 3x1 sets. And what's nice here with the signals now is if I do, that's the side of the face. So if I put one hand on the side of the face, that means we're going to run that bootleg to the single wide receiver side, which is our X always. So what's nice there is once we do one hand, we know we're going to the X side. Okay. The second thing it does is that X receiver knows it's coming towards them and they have a specific route. That tells them his route. All the other receivers on the backside, the three receivers, that tells them they're locked into their backside routes for east. If we want to go to the two wide receiver side, or where they're now there, since it's a 3x1, it's the Z, the A, and the H. Now we would just go ahead and put two hands on the face. That tells them we're coming their way. They have a specific route, which we run a sail concept, and the X is running the backside concept with it. When we go to our screens, now again, south would be the bottom of the face of the compass. If we go one hand, we're going to run the slow screen to the single receiver side, the X. If we go two hands, we're going to go to the two receiver side, the A and the Z. With our waggles, which is again now just running classic wing tee waggles out of a 2x2 set, again using our sweep pin and pull blocking technique. Again, same thing. If we go, again, these are on the back of the head now. If we go one hand, we're what we call our single west. That means we're coming to the X receiver, the single receiver side. Two is going to take us to the Z and the A, the two wide receiver side. So you see how that all ties in. Again, receivers and skill people are all just looking for the signal, and then the quarterback either uses north, east, south, or west to tell the lineman where the launch points are, and we'll get into how they call the different protections with it. Again, this is just a way, kind of a catalog list of the different routes that we run with each of those. So we get a variety of routes that we can attack different coverages, and we can go ahead and go, we're perfectly balanced to go 2x2, 3x1, single receiver side, two receiver side, three receiver side. Again, most important thing is how you do it. So in the progression of phases for teaching, we've been doing our north or our alert drill for all of our RPOs. We just go to now a compass drill. So real simple with that. The linemen are going to be working with their coach as the quarterback, the different protections and against the different fronts. And then we're going to go ahead and take all the skill people with two quarterbacks going, where again, for the waggles and boots and the screens, we can simply be running those to both sides as we go. So here's your first example. This is, again, west is a waggle, so we're going to use our sweep blocking rules. What we do here, again, to make it the easiest for the lineman to process is the call being Razorbacks or Longhorns, which way we're actually blocking and ending up is for the lineman. The back has to know anytime there's a west or an east call, they're actually going to fake sweep away from the call side, the front side. What's nice here is they fake away and then they go ahead and close that back door. So this would be an example of single Western. I'm going to go ahead, that's the back of the head. So I'm just going to put one hand on the back of the head, single, and then Western. I want to go to the right, to my X receiver, my single wide receiver. So I just make the Razorback signal. Quarterback's going to go ahead and say Western Razorbacks, Western Razorbacks. The great thing is once the receivers, the skill people see this, they know we're running a cog waggle route here by the X, which is a go or a comeback, just reading the depth in the hips of the corner. The H is going to do a slam for a 3 count to an arrow. And then the backside, this is where we chunk our scaffold techniques together. This is exactly what we do on this is our Mickey concept for the backside for our RPOs with our sweep. So we've got a hot over and the glance like we always do. What's neat here now, and we've been able to do this with 9th graders, is we combine this into a dash concept. So we're going to go ahead and take our OPR concepts and then turn it into a waggle. So for this, the quarterback is going to go ahead and shuffle just like they would for the fake, turn and look. He's still going to read initially these linebackers. If he gets heavy blitz, he just goes ahead and hits these right now just like he would for his Mickey RPO. Same technique, same timing, same reads. If he gets no blitz look, now after his shuffle and his drop, now he'll start to do his sprint out, and it's the same technique we teach with our sprint out. So his feet are going here, his eyes go right to the corner or the cat, and we're just going to go ahead and high-low read them there. Very simple. So it's a great zone beater, man beater, and we even have an option route in there for a possible explosive play. Again, it just would go ahead and be Western Razorbacks. Again, skilled people don't need to know the call. Once they see the signal, they know it's play action pass and they know the routes. Here's an example of it doing it with 9th graders. We actually have the H-backs up in a tight position. So here's the single receiver side. We're going to go ahead and fake this here. So this is a Western Razorback, just as we're showing. The back will fake away. We're going to get a cog, slam, arrow, and we've got hot over on the back side. Again, they go pretty quick on this, so we would want to slow it down a little bit. But again, you can see what happens. There's the center pulling. Great simple play with the H-back, especially when you have a outside backer out of position. Now if we want to run it to the 2 wide receiver side, it just becomes a double. This is Western still as the cue because it's the back of the head. Again, let's go Razorbacks. For you as a play caller, you know if you go double, you've got to call it to the 2 receiver side. Again, back's going to fake away and close the back door. We're still going to get our hot dash off the linebacker blitz. Don't like it, we come over here and now we do a simple smash whip concept. Great against cover 2, great against man. One thing we do different here that we found to help with the timing and it actually turns it into a double move is we fake a stock block into it and then get into our roots. So it's kind of a takeoff, okay, slow down, stutter, and then take off again. Change of pace type route. Helps marry up the timing too with it. So again, double Western, so it's Western, Razorbacks, waggle to the 2 receiver side, and we're in a 2x2 set. Real simple. Corner whip smash concept. Now, again, this is where you get more complex, but this is how you can even build this thing. If we went northwest, that would tell the lineman it's a pocket pass, but we're going to use our waggle. So they're still going to pull waggle, but he's going to go ahead and kick out. Again, this is a great one that Ohio State uses a ton. It's just a low-high mesh concept. And it's really what you're trying to do is get this mesh at the next level, at the 3rd level, and really hurt people with it. What we do there is kind of a unique signal is we just go ahead and put both arms crossed in front of the chest because it's that mesh concept, so it just signals northwest for us. We're always locked into the route. For this one, we always run it with the fake towards the H because that's normally our sweep action. And again, get that same look down there. We still, again, with the mesh, we get Mike Blitz. We've got the hot mesher in front. We don't get it with the shuffle. Now we can go ahead and pick on that 3rd level safety and try to get crossers going deep and across the field. Northwestern, Longhorns. When we get into, again, bootlegs, it just means we're going out of 3x1 sets. We found it just helps kind of simplify the process for everyone. They know if it's east, we're in 3x1s, and it helps the play caller usually too. So again, if it's single, which is side of the face now, that would be eastern, but now we know we're going to the one receiver side. Same thing as what we do with our west. He's going to run the cog read. We still get the hot over on the back side that we use with our Mickey RPO sweep concept. Difference here now is the H, since he's on the back side, is going to go ahead and go split across to his arrow, and it ends up timing exactly the same as a western, single western. So again, be east, and we're going to go ahead and go Razorbacks, okay? The nice thing is now the H knows when he sees this single face, he's going to run the split arrow different than the slam with it. Again, quarterback's going to get his dash, shuffle, gets hot blitz, he just throws it, doesn't like it, then we go out and read the corner, high-low, just like before. If we go double, now we know we're going to the two wide receiver side or the trip side. This one is we do a unique sail concept with this, but again, since the double is its own route with it, and we always know we're coming to the three receiver side, they're locked in with that signal. So again, we're going to run this stutter go with this classic 3-level flood. We're going to get our deep out, and then we're going to use our same technique of our slam and arrow there. 3-level flood. You still have the dash here. So again, if they over rotate with your 3 receiver side, we're going to shuffle with this. We can go up and throw that glance right down the back side here. We don't like it, okay? We come back with our normal 3-level flood. Great 3rd and 10 type play for you to use. Again, it would be double eastern, so I'm just going to go both hands on side of the face. Eastern, Razorbacks. Again, with east and west, back is going to fake sweep away and close the back door. When we get into our screens, which is our south, same type of thing. If it's a single, that means we're going to come back to the single receiver side. What I like to do is have one with the H back. You want everybody to be able to get a screen. So with this one, we have to use our route releases in our drop back passing game. When we go lizard or ripper, which is our hand bent and going down, that would tell our V-back to run a wheel route. So when we go combine that with southern, single, southern, lizard, he knows with the south lizard, he's still going to run his wheel, but he's going to go block that guy because he's not a receiver in it. Again, line with all our screens, and if you look at our O-line blocking book, they'll use the same technique where our tackles are going to be locked up with defensive ends, and the guard, center guard are the pullers. We just change the timing. With slow screens, we want those tackles to kick and drop like crazy to invite those ends upfield, because our H has to get behind that defensive end so he doesn't see him getting into his slow screen position. Again, we're still using our Mickey dash concept here. So the quarterback is going to 3-step drop. If he has blitz and pressure, he can go ahead and hit his hot over to his glance right away. If he doesn't, he's going to settle, and then he's going to go ahead and drop and find the slow screen. The nice thing with this is it's a great play fake with it, because his eyes are here if he's doing the read correctly, which is a great screen play fake. And if he settles and stops, then it looks like he's in a scramble mode. Sets up the screen very well. Again, that would be southern single and lizard, hand bent downwards. Real simple. H-back's getting the screen. Now we want to get into our B-back. We're going to do that anytime we go to the 2 wide receiver or a double. The B-back's getting the ball because the H is on the back side. H then is locked into his Mickey hot over that we would use, like all of it, for his dash. So he's running the hot over. The B-back now is going to check that backer and then release. Again, key is the tackle wants to kick step to allow that end to get upfield so that the back can get on the back side, not go in front of the face of the defensive end. We'll always cross block this here because it looks like a route initially then, and then we get some good movement and timing for the blocking. Again, still a dash concept. So the quarterback's going to 3-step drop. He gets pressure, blitz. He can go ahead and hit the hot over to the glance. Doesn't like it. Now he settles. Now he drifts and finds that B-back. Again, good play action fake for the screen with the eyes. We still have a blitz beater built in along with our still slow screen. Linemen using the same timing. Guard, center guard are the pullers. You can run it out of the 3x1 set because, again, it stays with our rule. If we go double, it's going to the B back, and we're going to the 2 wide receiver side. The H knows he's always just running on a hot route, and in this adjustment, since it's coming, the mic is there, he doesn't have to go across the formation, but more of his peak concept. Again, just would be southern. Now with the back, we do a rip or a Liz, which is the hand bent inward. Now he knows he's the the receiver for the slow screen, and we're all set there. So southern rip would be double, southern. I'm going to take my left hand and bend it in. Southern rip, and we're off, slow screen. Again, hopefully this puts it all together. Again, we're using some proven audible system from Notre Dame, national champs, compass cues north, south, east, west. Just use your face as the compass for the signals. It's great. You get anything on top is north, side of the face is east, bottom south, back of the head is west. And one other one that we use with our RPOs is we can use central as anything on the center of the face then when we get into our RPOs. Thanks.